Okay, my video's up. Are we live? Oh, it says we're live, even though the go live button is still there. It says my video is still freezing up. It says I'm live. Can you check Twitter on Yap's Twitter to see if you can see the video? Hi, also, I just filed to run for District B, Raleigh City Council, District B. I'm sorry if our video is a little bit laggy. We are right outside of the Wake County Board of Elections, and today is a historical moment because we are tired of the shit happening in Raleigh City Council. And so to start off, basically this year Raleigh has witnessed its municipal elections become a battle between its residents striving for a better life and social elites determined to slowly strip away democracy in an effort to maintain a harmful status quo. Raleigh's growth is occurring at an unsustainable rate as its watersheds, nature reserves, and cultural sites are being destroyed in spite of warnings from Raleigh environmental groups about the environmental consequences of their actions. The current Raleigh City Council is seemingly deciding Raleigh's future through a density and expansion first, transit and affordable housing second model as it votes to increase density in places like abysmal transit scores such as Shelley Lake, Horseshoe Farm, Nature Preserve, and Azalea Farms. Not only is Raleigh's fast-paced growth hurting the environment, Raleigh's Black communities continue to be abandoned, displaced, and gentrified, all while Black bodies are no safer from the rogue Raleigh police officers now than before the tragic murder of George Floyd by Derek Chauvin. Between downtown South's lack of affordable housing and Kane Realty's monopoly of Raleigh's land and the city's recent budget increases for Raleigh's unreformable police department without creating a community-demanded mental health response unit operated separately from RPD, city councilors seem way more focused on making Raleigh a personal playground for the rich than meeting the needs of its most vulnerable residents. The common refrain in all of these is that the concerns is the lack of response to community concerns, which, is it happened right after the pandemic. The first action that Marion Baldwin did was gut the CACs in 2020. And then they threw away $70,000 on a consultant who came up with a form that we got online that said, hey, do you want to join a community advisory board? I don't think that should have cost $70,000. And currently city council has returned to fully in-person council meetings, leaving no version above. I just filed to run for Raleigh City Council District B as in ball. And we have a few other candidates here and some other community builders that will speak as well. So I'm going to hand the mic over to Joshua Bradley, who is running for Raleigh City.
We live in one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and the pressure that puts on us will certainly change us. We must decide whether we want a city that works for all or a city that works for the developers and moneyed interests. I'm firmly in the former camp. We need to oppose and fight to lift folks up rather than push people out. Our strength is in our unity and our diversity. It is often said that the government should be run as a business, but that is wrong. Government should be run in a way that ensures that everyone who lives is able to have the support they need to thrive, not in a way that caters exclusively to the wealthy. It is not the developers that make the city run, but the workers. Without folks that drive the buses, collect the garbage, maintain the water and sewer system, teach our kids, support our teachers, people who serve food, who clean hotel rooms and stock shelves, the city would not run. So why is it that our city is not doing something about ensuring that workers can afford to live in the city? My campaign collective and I are running on 5 main issues: housing justice, racial justice and equity, justice for workers, environmental justice, and non-discrimination. We want to share a vision for Raleigh in 2022 that is for all of us, not just the developers and the wealthy owners. And these five main points help to guide that vision. We believe that it takes a community to run a campaign, so our ask is for anyone who is able, that you donate or volunteer for our campaign or for the campaigns of any of the people that are going to be on this call, and people that we support and are running alongside. We think there's a strength in numbers. Whatever you can do to help us puts us that much closer to getting the materials we need to get our names and politics out there to the people of Raleigh. You can learn about my campaign at the website bradleyforraleighworkers.com or on my socials, which is at Bradley the number 4 in Raleigh. Thank you. There's one other thing that I'm bringing up recently, and my campaign is looking at me because I'm going off script. It was told to me once that sometimes how we deal with growth as a city is a puzzle, and we need to look at all the pieces. But I say that the current city council is focusing primarily on the developers and the wealthy. You see that with the housing, with the parks bond, which was much higher than the housing bond. But when it comes to me, I would say the most important part of the puzzle are the edge pieces, right? You build a puzzle by doing the edge pieces and working in the middle. In our situation, the edge pieces are the workers and the people that live in the city. It's not the developers, because when it comes down to it, the developers don't do work, right? They don't build anything. They have workers that build whatever they're developing. So it's important that in order for us to exist as a city, we need to make sure that work and that people that live here already are not oppressed, not pushed out, and can afford to live here. Because without us, the city will not run. Thank you very much. Pass it off to
Hey, y'all. My name is Kristen Havlik, and I'm an activist here in Raleigh. I ran for Raleigh City Council last year, but we live in times where working class people do not have the luxury to drop everything to run for office. And that's why I'm here to support everybody that has filed in the last week and that is filing today. I wholeheartedly support Josh Bradley, Dr. Portia Rochelle, and Mary Black for District A, and Zaina Baloch for District B, and Wanda Hunter for District C, and Jane Harrison for District D, and Christina Jones for District E. I hope that you will turn out to vote for all of these people in November and heavily campaign for them, because Raleigh needs to be a place where everyone can grow and thrive, and not at the expense of wealthy developers and the people that they own on the city council. Thanks so much.
grows and goes. Please get out there, vote November 8th. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me at janeforraleigh.com, JANEFOR, Raleigh.com. You can also go to my Instagram and Facebook page, Jane for District D. I hope to hear from you.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Mary Black, an environmental liberation advocate, climate organizer, and Raleigh City Council candidate for District A. I've lived in Raleigh for the last 18 years, but in more ways that uphold the status quo of unsustainability and inequity that we've seen with growing cities all across the country. While it amazes me to see my hometown take on new challenges of growth and development, the question has become rooted in cities and the nations. But instead of creating a more inclusive society, I see people being pushed out of their homes, neighborhoods, and unable to maintain the ideas of the American dream. Last year when I announced I was running, I said it was because I wanted to development without community investment. Gerrymandering disguised as redistricting and the destruction of our environment. Raleigh is supposed to be a city of oaks, but more and more trees are going down so that high-rise and luxury apartments can go up. Apartments that many of us who have lived here for most of our lives are unable to afford. It's important to note that I'm joining a collective of candidates running across the city of Raleigh that are not only unimpressed with the priorities of our current city council, but are ready and willing to advocate for the diverse working communities. My campaign centers around the belief that everyone can thrive, where THRIVE is an acronym. T is for trustworthy. We have to start building trust and transparency with governance and make sure the decisions made for the city are influenced by community and by sound data. H is for healing. How are we treating our most vulnerable residents and the voices who have been silenced by the complementary acts of unity rather than converse acts of harm? I is for intersectional. The community of Raleigh is a rich, vibrant tapestry of different religions, ethnicities by people who belong, not disregarded, as we strive to accomplish a more just society. V is for visionary, creating a sustainable community that balances economic vitality, social equity, and environmental protection is of paramount importance. Most importantly, the protection of Raleigh's natural resources is engaged. We have to start building a city that is more engaged with what is happening to us, for us, and by us. To interact more with my campaign, to learn more, you can check out my website at maryfordistricta.com. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Last up, Wanda. You just speak to the phone.
Right.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Wanda Hunter, and I am here at the Wake County Board of Elections, the second go around, but I know your face to District C. I have lived in this district for my entire life, and I'm ready to step up to leadership to bring about change in my community. And so, with that, there are a couple of things that I think that our city is in dire need of right now. And one of those things, if you look at love as an acronym, you can say L is for leadership, O is for opportunity, V is for values, and E is for engagement. And those are some of the things that our current city council are definitely missing, and we need those things in our community. So I am a constituent born and raised in this district, and I'm coming here to bring about a glimmer of hope. And with hope, that's also an acronym. We need housing, we need outreach, we need probity, and we also need equity in our district. For far too long, the voices in District C have fallen on deaf ears, and it's now time to awaken the voices of District C and get engaged with the community members of all walks of life of District C and give us the things that we are asking for as citizens of District C. And that is what's due to us by our city council representatives. And it's not what we're receiving, and that's what I am here for. So thank you, and I hope to see you all along on the campaign trail.
Thank you, Wanda. So you've heard from Joshua Bradley, who's running for Raleigh City Council at large. Me, who's running for District B. You heard from Jane Harrison, who's running for District D, and we had Christina Jones, who is running for District E. She could not be here today, as well as Portia Rochelle for at large, and then we have Terrence Ruth running for mayor. So you have a whole slate of community builders and community organizers that you can get behind. This can literally change the trajectory of our city's politics, and we can finally check the growth that's happening in the city and make it for the people and not for how much money we can make off all the land. So thank you for joining. If you have any questions or anything like that, hit us up, DM us, email us, call us, whatever. But please, the election is November 8th, 2022. Every single campaign needs volunteers, they need donations, and they need your time and your effort to be able to change the future of our city. This is not just a candidate city. This is the city of every single person that lives here, and the amount of people who vote should not be under 10%. So take care and have a great Friday, everyone.